Good morning, teachers.
Good morning po.
Good morning. May I see you? Please turn on your cameras or start your videos. Great. Thank you. Good morning. Okay, let's have our system check first. May I ask for a like react if you can hear me clearly? Is my audio clear? A thumbs up. Is it clear? Do you hear like background noise of fan? Do I need to? Okay. No. Okay, thank you. How about a heart react if you can see the screen I'm sharing? Do you see this teacher waving at you? Yeah, good morning. Okay, let's have our prayer. Let's have teacher Angel. Is it okay if you lead a prayer? Like background noise of fan. They need to okay. No? Thank you. How about a heart react if you excuse me, I am hearing feedback. Was that from me? And teacher Angel. Teacher I can't hear teacher Angel. Can you hear teacher Angel? No also. I think it's your connection. How about teacher Blessy? Is it okay? Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Hello po.
Hello.
Okay. So let's start this day with a prayer. Lord God, our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this another chance of our lives that we are here, Lord, that we are here to study. We are here to listen, Lord God,
Mhm.
to the lessons, Lord God, that our professor will be sharing with us. I'm praying, Lord God, that you will keep us safe and sound while we are here, Lord, and please guide us and protect us, O Lord God, and please bless our families, bless
Mhm.
our lives as well, Lord God, and please continue, Lord God, to provide our needs, especially with our academic responsibilities. We hope,
Mhm.
Lord God, that you will continue to be with us and to be comforted with your presence, Lord. And this is what we ask in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, teacher Blessy, for the prayer of guidance and protection, especially wisdom. Right, your energy, especially it's really early in the morning. If you have your coffee, sorry, coffee beside you, you may drink your coffee or breakfast if you haven't taken any. Okay, let's check the attendance. Teacher Mel, is it Teacher Mel? Sorry, correct me. No, teacher, I know
Umar
that.
po.
Yeah, teacher Amor. Teacher Amor, are you here?
Hello, ma'am. Good morning,
Hello.
ma'am.
Yeah, good morning. So teacher Amor will be assigned as co-host as well. Okay. Yeah. So teacher Amor, you have the right to right accept or admit your classmates. Yeah, are you done checking the attendance?
Yes, I'm currently doing it po. Thank you.
Yeah. Are you also on YouTube live or do I need to enumerate the present people there? We have teacher Mary Joy, teacher Emerlyn, Eliza, Iverson. Who else? Just three. Okay. Good morning. Thank you. Okay, let's have our screenshot. Teachers, please turn on your cameras or your videos. Let me expand this first. Okay. I see the others. Teacher Railing. You actually look like you are posing for the screenshot. How about Teacher Yui? Are you endorsing Eden? Because BSEDEN. Very weird. Okay, let's smile, teachers. One, two, three. Say one more. Oops, sorry. I think I'm blocking teacher railings. Wait for a while. Okay, one more. One, two, three. Okay, that will do. But stay with me with your video on. Teachers, thank you so much for again choosing to attend despite last week, right? I know it was a very heavy week, right, for everyone, especially to my fellow kakampings, right? So let's have our human check. How are you, teachers? I hope at least, right, having what's acing class, right? Last meeting. Actually, it's a holiday because it's Monday. So how are you now? You may type in the chat as well what you're feeling. I extended, have you noticed that? I've extended the due date or the deadline of the activity. So at least you can find your time to really reflect, heal, and what forgive, right? May I ask if you have restored relationships with your friends from other camp or no, I understand that it's okay. Um, it takes time, right, to process, but I hope you will still look at them as your friend, right? You know them personally. Um, I know this is lame, but I hope you can do that cliche, right? That these politicians that know you personally, but your friends know you, especially if you already consider them for kids, right? Or friends for life. I hope that you can, still meet halfway. Of course, everyone's still in the process of healing. And yeah, thank you. Okay, healing. Someone says here, slowly moving forward. That's good. Recovering. What else? Okay, malapit na po sa acceptance stage. There's one tweet I saw, and that person labeled all the hashtags during last week's campaign about the 5 stages of grief. Of course, number one is that's a cursing phrase, and the last part is the acceptance stage. Feeling tired, recovering, you feel numb, what else? Moving through because Angat Buhay NGO will be launched and you can't wait to be part of it. Wow, that's good. By the way, I'm really proud of you standing for what is right and taking the initiative to really do something, to take an action as part of the youth. And just like what the professor said during the interview with the Jimmy newscasters, that the act of the Kakampings, right, is really revolutionary and that will always be part of history and that will never be taken away from you. So please do not, I believe I sent that set photo, right, to our GC, sending you hugs and saying that all your efforts, right, are not in vain. So don't say nasayang, right, because you took your stance. For those, of course, I understand maybe some of you, right, you didn't vote for the highest position or second to the highest. I totally understand that. Maybe you are still in the process of weighing things, right? Most importantly, if you are surrounded, right, by two different, political views or stands. Okay, recovering, that's good to hear, right? Because if we're able to push through, of course, definitely not because that's Monday, but just in case, right? There's a sync class last week. I know many are still demotivated, but it's good to hear, right? Or to know that you are in the process of recovery. May I ask more for at least 2 to 3, right, experiences you've been through, the effect, right? Election anxiety is real, and what else? Post-election stress is real. That's why some universities, right, called for academic break because of post-election stress, and that is really true, right? Anyone who'd like to share, you may click raise hand, especially for those who took part, who joined the rallies, the campaign rallies. Mhm. Yes, Teacher Mel, you may share.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, ma'am. I still haven't able to gather my thoughts completely because I'm still on the healing process, as I've mentioned. But I would like to tell about my experience during the
Mhm.
campaign period and during the election and the post-election. So during the campaign period, I was a volunteer
Mhm.
for VP Lenny and Senator Kiko. So I have attended certain rallies, like here in our um province and also in Ayala. But I just kasi tumakas lang ako. So I also did door-to-door campaigns. And in that sense, I really went frustrated because I talk to people. We know that us volunteers did our best. We did our best. The youth really did their best for the future of this country to debunk the disinformation and such, and to convince people and fight for the good governance. But I think that God's will always prevail, and I know that it still hurts. It still hurts, and I still cannot accept that a tax evader will be the next president. But I am not in control of. I realize that I am not in control of certain things, including this. I cannot control the minds of those 31 million Filipinos because I know in myself that I did my best. And sabi nga po ni VP Lenny, wala naman po talagang nasayang. Siguro po andun lang po yung tampo sa ibang Pilipino, lalo na sa 31 Filipinos na yan. Because I would like to ask them, siguro kung may pagkakataon, to have the chance to ask them sa isang pagkakataon na bakit mas pinili pa po nila yon when we have the chance, when the good governance was being offered na po sa atin. So yun. And also, in terms naman po sa relationship with family and friends, family po okay kasi last minute na convert ko po sila. And with my friends naman po, yung mga friends ko naman po kasi na totoo talaga, they're for Lenny. So I'm goods po with them. But with my friends na talagang I grew distant with them since the campaign period and I also I couldn't help but to unfollow them in social media because they are spreading fake news and negativity. I could not process that. I could not absorb that. So I unfollowed them. And I think it was to protect my mental health din po during that time kasi ayoko pong ma-trigger ako to comment because hindi ko talaga mapipigil sa sarili ko na ano sila. Hindi naman awayin, di po ba? I'm just trying to correct them kasi it's a social responsibility to na magpo-post ka sa social media and you have to be responsible sa kung ano yung pinopost mo. And ayun po, nung during election na po, I was confident po talaga. Sabi ko po talaga ipapanalo natin to ganyan. And kasi po, nakikita ko naman po na yung mga kasabay ko po nun, therefore Lenny Kiko. And nung that evening, so ayan na nga po yung result. Di po talaga akong mapakali nun. And then yun na nga, lumabas na yung news. At doon na po ako, my mind bumagsak po talaga. Kasi sobrang nalungkot ako nung doon na po sa may partial counts na ayun nga po, sobrang lamang na lamang po yung isa.
And it's very fast, right?
Yes, tapos po, ang sus po talaga kasi consistent po yung ano po nila, yung ratio po nila na 62, 61, 32 po yata, or basta
the 47%,
60-30.
right?
Yes po. And hindi ko po talaga tinanggap and I waited for the PPCRV recount. But sadly nga po, yun po. Lumabas din po yung news na, and nakikita ko po yung post ay yung mga sinesend po ng mga co-volunteer ko po na according to the political scientists, this was it. That was that na po talaga. Yun na po talaga yun. And but ngayon naman po, lalo na po nung after Thanksgiving po ni VP Lenin, nga po in-announce po niya NGO niya, I went relieved, and I think on a scale of 1 to 10 po, I'm on the 9 na po na
Wow, still.
healing process po. Ayun po. But there's still a part of me po talaga na hesitant pa po tanggapin yung decision. But
Mhm.
ayun po.
Yeah, thank you, Teacher Mel. Earlier, you mentioned about you'd like to ask, right? I don't know if you have seen this tweet days ago from an interviewer from Rappler, actually went to their headquarters along EDSA. Have you watched that? The reporter from Rappler interviewed the supporters of the other camp, and many people also they can't even finish the video, or in my case, because there was a very slow connection that time, I wasn't able to finish as well. But these people, if you will look into them, actually, you'll know that they don't know what fake news is, right? So it's like they're blinded, right? That's why it's also a reminder, because you mentioned about social responsibility. That's really true. It's different now. It's not only misinformation, but even disinformation. That there's an intention, really, right, to spread fake news, right? And there's even a caller from one radio station is on Twitter, right, to confess to being paid as a troll, right, worth I believe 2.5 million. So in that case, right, instead of hating these people, especially they are the common people as well, whom you are trying to reach out, right, they also don't know, right, that they're being victims of fake news. Many of them will look into reasons. I saw one thread as well of one volunteer who did house to house campaign, and he gathered or collected or even consolidated all the reasons, right, of these supporters from the other camp, and many of them really like shallow reasons. Oh, he even mentioned about being soft and solid supporter, right, to the point that many of them resort to resources like TikTok, YouTube, where people can really manipulate content, and that's really saddening, right? Excuse me. Another thing, Monday, no, that was Tuesday. It's really hard to go to work the following day, because even the night of Monday, I was just, on Twitter, all over Twitter. I can't help but to check Twitter from time to time. My work files, they were open in front of me here, but I really can't focus. And many of you, the same feeling I felt. I felt so demotivated, but I still need to go to work. So I went to work, right? And Tuesday, that day, I attended a webinar called Anyare about Philippine national elections, hosted and moderated by Sestrilon. It's, yeah, I believe it's what organized. It's organized by UP. It's UP TV. So, and many supporters, of course, majority there, or should I say all of the participants there are even campaigns, because it's about questioning like anyari, right, or what happened. One participant there shared or enumerated factors, some possible at least factors, right, of why Vipalani did not win, just in case, right, the results were true, just in case, we don't know, right? And one comment there stated that maybe that's why the other camp was, I mean our camp was being generalized of negative campaigning, right? Because of its manner. We're not generalizing. I'm not saying it's you. I hope it's not one of you, right, who did the let me educate you card in a manner that is not empathetic, right? Because these are common people, and they are even sensitive, right? Their feelings are sensitive if they are really grounded on a specific belief or political view that they've been believing since they were kids, for instance, right? Especially if these are, the generation of our parents, right, of our grandparents. And one comment there stated that he hoped, I believe, that he said that he hoped that Vipaleni even used the Selena style or technique of calling out her supporters, and yeah, telling them to yeah, to empathize and really, that's also the reason I included in my message to our GC to speak the truth in love, because it's easy, right, to speak the truth, but to speak the truth in love is a different factor. It's a different manner. Last time we talked about communication, right? And you mentioned about how important it is to really convey your message the right way, the proper way. So I hope, right, that you will still find yourself to reconcile with your friends and yeah, really heal, because instead of hating them, right, why not empathize with them that maybe this person is really closed minded or to the point that he doesn't even know what fake news is, right? It's easy to say, oh, that's fake news for you because, right, you are critical thinkers, right? That's even another thing or positive thing about senior high school, I believe. Many are really thinking now, right? Not only accepting what is being handed to them by different people around them. So, another thing, comment from okay. Teacher Lexi, mas lalo pong nakakasali, former teacher, AP major pa po nagkakalat ng mga fake news and spies videos. Teacher Rain, mas lalo po akong pumayat dahil sa election. I became anxious and sad dahil nagkakagulo ang mga tao before and after May 9, hoping for this country's fast recovery. And still, right? Since you voted for BP Lenny, you're going to continue, right? You're not going to give up, standing for what is right, fighting and we're spreading truth or facts. Okay, so just like what teacher Lexi said here, it's really, a responsibility for us teachers, right? To, I don't know if I shared with you last time that on how we define teaching, that it is a process of helping the learners discover the truth. It's about helping them discover the truth. Generally, that's it. That's the summary of what teaching is, right? Whatever you share to them, that should be the truth, right? Or you allow them, right, to think, right? If that's the fact or simply lie. Okay, teacher Enzo raised his hand, and next is teacher Carr. You may share.
Um, Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, classmates.
Morning.
I would like to share my campaign experience po. It's kind of, it's fun po for me since I really enjoyed volunteering for Lenny and Kiko po. And fun fact po, sa volunteer center ko din po. Sabi nga po ni Lenny sa gobyerno ang tapat, magkakajowa ang lahat. Doon ko po na-meet yung
Oh my
ko po na sa
goodness.
volunteer center po.
Really?
Ayun, para naman mag-smile po kayong lahat.
Thank
Na,
you.
di ba, grabe po kasi kung doon lang po, meron pong pag-asa. Paano pa po kaya sa transparency at good governance na maibibigay po ng tambalang Lenny Kiko, di ba? Pero ayun nga po, this election, grabe, daig ko pa po ang heartbroken dahil I felt robbed po. Ganun po yung naramdaman ko.
Are you all, excuse me, are you all first time voters?
Yes po. Ako po, I'm a first time voter po. And noong May 9 po talaga after I voted for Lenny and ko, medyo gabi na parang hindi ko po ma-process kung ano po ba yung dapat kong maramdaman. Kung malulungkot pa ako. Kasi parang feeling ko po, yung effort ko po as youth na nag-volunteer po kay Lenny and lagi po nag-house to house talaga. Nakakalungkot po yung resulta kasi knowing na I'm from Mandaluyong po and Baluarte po ito ni Marcos and yung mayor po namin is really pro BBM Sara po talaga. And yung HQ po nila malapit lang din po sa akin. So pag natadaanan po talagang naiinis po talaga ako ng sobra. And with regards po sa mga supporters po nila, I felt sad because majority of them are victims only of disinformation.
Yes.
And I think as future teachers po, kailangan po nating tayo po ang unang dapat magbasag ng disinformation. Pero sa nakikita ko po, some of my previous professors po, sila pa po yung nag-share ng disinformation, and parang ayun po, nakakalungkot lang din na ganun po talaga. And ayun po, regarding naman po sa sorties po, I have attended 4 sorties of Lenny and Kiko here po in NCR. Unang-una ko pong sortie noon sa QC, and nakita ko po talaga kung gaano dumami yung supporters ni Lenny.
Mhm.
Ayun po, yung ang pinaka-memorable ko po siguro ganap sa volunteer center po is yung house-to-house po talaga. Kaya sobra na lang po akong nasaktan kasi nakakita po ako ng hope pag nag-house to house, kasi isa po ako sa mga kumakausap talaga sa tao.
Mhm.
And talagang nagbabasa po talaga sila. Kaya sobrang questionable po talaga nung lumabas sa resulta ng election. Kasi ang dami po namin na-convert na from BBM and undecided, and sa ibang boboto po sa kandidato kay Lenny. Kaya talagang sobrang kine-question ko po talaga ngayon ang COMELEC and yung resulta nga kung bakit gano'n. Pero ang mahirap nga lang po dyan, sobrang laki po talaga ng kalaban natin, and wala po tayong makinari tulad nung meron sila. At 6 na taon po nilang niluko yun. So, kung sino man po tayo, kung final na po talaga yung decision na yun, magmamatsyag po tayo. Yun po ang dapat natin gawin. Wag po tayong mahihiyang ay huwag tayong matatakot na i-call out yung mali ng gobyerno, kasi ganun, I know na as a youth and a Filipino po, duty po natin na gawin talaga yun, kasi tayo po sila po ang nagluklok dun sa kanila, and tayo po, yun po, magmatchat po tayo talaga sa gagawin nila.
Thank you, Teacher Enzo. Can we give clap reacts to Teacher Mel, Teacher Enzo, right, for standing, for really doing their part, and I believe, right, the rest of you also did something, right, for good governance, and that's good actually, right? As teachers, you have exercised not only your right to vote, but actually to speak really the truth, and because they think, right, or many people, maybe old generation, they think that you don't care anymore, right, about your surroundings, but they are mistaken because you are here, you're voicing out, right, and still sharing facts. Teacher Carl, your turn.
Hello, good morning po. Am I audible po?
Yes, we can hear you.
Ayan, okay po. So, good morning po again. Same po kay, kay Melber, tsaka po kay Enzo. I was also a volunteer po. And, we had 3 committees po, and I was part of the research committee. So, our role po is to debunk fake news. We have this sheets po, G-sheets, Google Sheets. Tapos, nandun po lahat ng link kapag kinakailangan po ng supporting document para po i-debunk yung fake news. Siguro the reason why while many of people here are recovering, ako nasa anger stage pa rin. Kasi I was part of the research committee, and nakita ko na grabe yung yung democracy that caused the thousands of lives of people before is used for disinformation and historical distortion. Kaya yun yung sobra ko po siguro kinagagalit. And ang unfair kasi napatay sila, sadyan sila ulit. Oh my God, ano nangyayari sa atin? Anyway, it's as much as I want to think that it's not other people's fault. Kasi I also volunteered for house-to-house campaign. Now, most of them are victims of disinformation. They didn't have access for education na not like us po na kapag may nabasa ka naman na you can easily check on Google kasi na kung paano ka totoo yung nabasa mo. Pero some people does not have that kind of luxury. Pero there are people po kasi na they're educated, they are professionals. Some of them are teachers po even. So, sobrang yun yung kinagagalit ko right now talagang. Hindi ko alam how to move forward from that, but I'm working on it. And siguro, after election, 5 a.m. nasa precinct na po ako, nakapila na kasi I worked as support staff po kasi sa ibang school. So, kailangan maaga po ako. I was the first voter nga po dun sa ano namin sa precinct.
Wow.
And my hands were literally trembling.
Shaking.
My entire body even. Talagang habang nagsishade ako, gusto ko na lang iganon yung balot sa mukha ko para masigurado ko po na maayos yung shade ko. And after nun, parang ang nasa isip ko, wow, our future is literally on our hands po. Hindi na siya metaphor. Hindi na lang siya talagang totoong nandun po sa dulo ng pen na yun, yung future natin. But, yun, gobyernong tapat, ayaw nilang lahat. So, tapos, nandun po ako sa precinct since 7 a.m. kasi na-late nga po ako bumoto ako until 10 p.m. Kasi po kami po yung assigned, kasama namin yung ibang teachers, nag-ayos kami ng ballots and everything, basta kailangan namin lipitin lahat. So, around 7 siguro nag-a-announce na po yung teacher kasi mabilis naman na po. So, na-announce na kung sino nanalo din sa precinct namin. Sobrang nakaka-demotivate na yung lahat ng tao sumisig, BBM! Just as in, sobrang nagsi-celebrate sila. Ewan ko paano po pinayagan sa kabilang classroom na with matching chant pa sila na Lenny Lugaw, something like that. So, as in, sa school na po yata yun, panalo talaga si kabilang parlor. Tapos, yun na nagtataka po ako, nag-aayos pa lang po kami ng machines. Tapos, around 70% na po yata, or 50% higit na po ng result yung nasa dun sa partial and official result, na parang buong araw yung ibang teachers dun sa kabilang classroom, hanap ng tech support kasi nagloloko po yung machines, walang resibo, biglang naglalagin, everything. Tapos after pagkasara ng precinct, okay na agad. Tapos na po agad yung botohan na parang okay, ganun siya kabilis. Mas hinahamon niya yung speed of light. Tapos ayun, nalaman ko na panalo na nga sila, malaki na yung lamang nila. Then, on my way home, bala ko na lang po sana mag-Jollibee kasi ang comfort food ko po talaga, fried chicken or shawarma na parang masasolve ko, kakayanin kong harapin lahat ng hamon ng buhay pag may Jollibee, pag may chicken joy pa. So, I was planning to eat po. Pero, I was at the doorstep. I was talking to my mom on the phone na if we have food or should I eat outside na lang. Pero I was at the doorstep of Jollibee. I was staring at the people inside. Pero alam ko na yung news, alam ko na 14 million versus 7 million, tapos yung senators pa natin na parang, oh my God, God bless Philippines talaga. Tapos, parang nandun ako, nakatayo ako, hindi ko na alam kung yung thought ng fried chicken, hindi siya masarap, hindi siya appetizing, na parang hindi niya na kayang isolve yung problema ko. So I turned around, umuwi na lang po ako after that. Hindi ako kumain, dito na lang po sa bahay. Pero on the way home, yung driver ko po, supporter pa nung kabilang parlor, tapos nakatitig na lang ako sa bintana. Tapos sabi niya pa sa akin, hey ma'am, panalo na si makukuha na natin yung yaman natin sa kabilang daw, sa ibang bansa. Parang okay, grabe po talaga yung yung epekto ng disinformation ng ginawa nila sa history natin. And wala, parang pinakawalan na. Hindi ko masisisi ibang tao talaga. Kasi
You're
dapat
also victims.
Kailangan talaga natin kagalitan. Kailangan nasa likod lang po talaga nito. Ito yung mga taong gahaman talaga na gusto nilang bumalik sa power to clear their name, and wala, sa irin po ulit yung bank natin. Pero like what Desi said po, VP Lenny will launch the Angat Buhay NGO. So sana na lang po, kasama po ng mga classmates dito sa buhay na lang po natin yung hymn na gagamitin, ang karunungang mula sa iyo para sa bayan.
Wow, yeah, thank you. Right, the PPN spirit is still there. So let's also learn from what Teacher Mel said earlier, right? You may have your SOCMED detox, right? If really there's a need. In my case, I keep on saying this, but I keep on checking Twitter also. But I know to myself that I will not be anymore. Of course, at first, I admit that I was really consumed, right, by all these emotions, but we need to take control of that, right? I understand that you are still on the anger stage, right? So I hope that you can still find comfort there. The verse of that day, Monday, I believe many people share that also on Twitter. It's from Isaiah, and there's only one statement that actually strikes me there. It says, don't panic. That's why we were very confident. Even Friday, last week, I still had my class at PUP, and all my students, we're just so relaxed, right? We're so confident that we're gonna win, and I believe Tuesday, yeah, Tuesday, I read the entire chapter, and I believe I needed the context of the don't panic thing, right? Actually, God said there, it is I, right? God allowed it to happen. Again, this is a temporary life we're living in, right? I hope that we're going to invest more on eternal things, right? As teachers, you have legacy to leave on. You still have things to share to your students, right? You know, our names may not be remembered, but your character will be remembered by your students. So thank you for standing. And I was also reminded yesterday about what's that? About being still, right? And knowing that He is God. God is still the ultimate authority, just like what Teacher Mel said earlier about letting His will, right, be done. So is still the ultimate authority. I don't know if this is one reason, but at least this is a revelation to me, right? That God, allowed it to happen, because if we're going to focus, because even you, actually, it's not only VP that can be used by God, right? To really make a change, or really, allow what revolution in our nation, maybe not only in our nation, but even in other countries, right? So yeah, He can even use you. So one reason maybe is that, right, so that we will not only put our hope on one person, right, but actually on the idea, not only idea, but actually the hope, right, or the truth that there's still goodness, right? That we can still overcome evil by doing good. So let's try to do that. A very good analogy of you doing house to house campaign, all the things that you did, all the actions, right, you did during the campaign was simply like you, for instance, sorry, I have slow connection. Is my audio glitching? Yes, yeah, sorry. Mhm. My Zoom is actually giving me the loading logo. Is my audio clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Thank you. What am I saying? Sorry, can you help me? I lost it. About the analogy. Okay. So again, I'm not forcing my faith to anyone. We can't force our faith to anyone. So it's simply like that, right? Sharing facts about good governance, sharing the truth, right? Not actually against, but only to debunk the lies of the other camp. It's simply like us sharing the word, right? Or sharing our faith to others. Not everyone will accept, right? That's the truth. That's the fact behind that. Not everyone will accept. That's why we are being reminded that we need to speak the truth in love. So same thing on the other example or analogy is that when we share, right, the word, right, we need to let them feel that they are loved, right? Not to let them feel that they are sinners, because we are all sinners. So same thing when you share facts about Vipaleni, about good governance, right, about Angat Buhay, right? It's like you have to speak, right, as if you are also in their shoes, not because they don't know this, right? You don't need to pinpoint. There's no pointing fingers here, right? Because you're all helping. One tweet during the campaign rally I saw is about it's not about fighting against them, right? It's about fighting for them too, right? You said that. So I hope you're still living up to that statement, right, or to that principle. So teachers, again, thank you so much for sharing. Sana all may Picasso painted. Yeah, if that's not faith, right? I hope all. Okay? But you can do, right, your own. You can be a Picasso of that. But I know what you mean, what you meant by that. So, but we will not steal, right? We will still choose to do the right thing, even if no one is watching. So thank you. Can we give heart reacts to everybody? Mhm. Let's give. Yeah, you did everything there. It's okay. Yeah, the recording, it's fine because on YouTube it's already recorded. That's why it's paused. So yeah, don't. worry about that. Okay, let's have a recall. We're done with all these. Right, for the objectives first, you compare different communication models. You have already achieved this because we'll only proceed to the recall. You're going to share, right, your answers in activity one, right? And after that, you'll explain the importance of speech arts. You already did the sum, right? You even shared your takeaways in our GC. Review speech sounds, identify speech organs, read IP symbols. I believe you have done this in your linguistics. Am I right? So this might be again another review or a review, right, of the speech sounds or IP symbols. Focus on suprasegmentals, tools for speech and theater, stress, pitch, volume, enunciation, etc. Okay. Give me a moment. Yeah, teacher Rain sent me a message. Mm, yeah. Thank you for sharing that, teacher Rain. Yeah. Oh, it's okay, teacher Blessing. You may transfer to you too. Okay. So let's try to echo your output. Anyone who'd like to raise hand and share their outputs here that you sent. I actually have the G classwork open here, but I would like you to share your own thoughts about this. Many of you really did an essay for this, like at most 3 paragraphs with references, right? Very responsible in doing that. Thank you for making that a practice too. Anyone who'd like to raise hand? So you're going to compare Shannon and Weaver model with your previous knowledge and communication process or communication models if you have right ideas of the Dan Silica model, transaction interaction model, the Aristotelian model. Anyone would like to raise hand? Or should I read your submissions here? Is that okay? Should I just read? Okay, Teacher Mel, you may share your answer. Don't forget your recitation sticks, teachers.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
Here I am again. I'm just opening my activity. So for this activity of comparing the Shannon and Weaver model with my previous knowledge communication process, I would just like to share that I cannot recall the lesson about Shannon and Weaver model. So I did my research, and so after that I did my comparison. So I did my essay, and also I put the model itself, the two models, and it's 3 po pala. Tatlo po yung compare ko. And in comparing, so I did my comparison, and I mostly noticed that the Shannon and Weaver model is like it was considered as the mother of the communication model, and following that, the Barn-Luntz transactional model and the Scrams interactive model, those are the models that I have communication models that I have compared with Shannon and Weaver model. And to give magbibigay lang po ako ng konting i-share ko po about sa naging comparison ko, that it differs in a way that Shannon and Weaver model of communication process lacks with feedback and context, while Bern-Luntz transactional model have provided that about the feedback thing, and also in Scrum interactive model, doon naman po na-complete yung sa context na aspect. So I just did an extensive comparison po dito po sa naging essay ko po. Pero pinaka bottom line po nun is sa Shannon and Weaver model, yun po yung pinaka basic na model, and nadagdagan po ng feedback and context as dun naman po sa dalawang model na previously alam ko po. Yun po.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Can we give clap react to teacher Mel? So she used here the transaction, right? The transactional model, even the one with context. That's really true, right? And feedback, because in, Shannon and Weaver, there's a presence of noise, right? But how about the feedback and, the context of the situation? Thank you, teacher Mel. Another teacher, Maria Alexandria. What's this? Would like to share. I also would like to call those who would like
Ma'am,
to gain recitation 6. Yes. Who's that?
wait lang.
You are muted again, teacher.
Ma'am, I'll just
Alexandra. Yeah.
open my document.
Okay. By the way, I don't know if that's from your class, but someone asked, "Oh, mom, what if the takeaways, right, or are only shared through our GC? Is that I mean, are those already considered recitation 6? Yes. Okay, so please include those for those who answered to our GC. By the way, we have share while you are opening that, let me share some from our YouTube live. That was about earlier during Human Check, the rallies I've been, this from Teacher Mary Joy, right? Will always be memorable to me if even if we fail, but to win the battle, but it doesn't diminish what we are fighting for. The light will even be even brighter. Thank you, Teacher Joy. Next, Teacher Angela. I received hurtful words. Sinabihan po ako ng mga first-time voters. Kayo, bakit kayo? Ba't ganyan kayo kung makareact? Wala kayong alam sa politics. It's really saddening that they believe PPLN is hiding something. Teacher Joy added, it's difficult for them to accept the misinformation attached to their candidate, but the speed with which they believe it in the other candidate, they forcefully destroy. Again, overcome evil by doing good, teachers. Just tell me if you're ready, Teacher Alexandra.
I'm ready na po.
Okay, go.
So, ma'am, the communication process po that I compared with the Shannon and Weaver model is interactive model of communication.
Ayan.
So, I first encountered this po during senior high school.
Oral com.
Yes, ma'am. Oral communication po. So I did a what do you call this? A graph about the process. So we have sender, encoding, message, channel, barriers, decoding, receiver, and feedback. So ito po yung familiar sa akin na communication process, pero I saw the interactive model of communication and medyo similar po. So ayun po yung kinompare ko. Bale, isa lang po yung nakuha kong communication process. So na-observe ko lang po, ma'am, na yung Shannon and Weaver communication model, tapos yung sa interactive communication model, medyo similar lang po siya. Pero yung barrier,
the barrier also serves as a noise.
Yun po, ma'am. Yun lang po yung sa akin.
Okay,
Thank you
thank
po.
you. Yeah, that's the goal, right, of this activity, for you to compare, to do comparison. By the way, for English teachers, when you already say compare, right, you're already contrasting, right? So especially verbally, right, or even in writing, unless we're really discussing about writing paragraph of comparing and contrasting, right? It's okay for you to simply use compare, right? But the idea there is you highlight, right, the similarities and differences. So that's really good. Thank you. You specify, you even enumerated here, right, the elements or components of the two models. Thank you. Let's give clap react to Teacher Alexandra. Last one, Teacher Richie. Are you there? Teacher Richie Louise. Have you turned in? I'm actually scrolling. Okay. Sorry, your audio is not clear on my end. Would you try to speak louder? Can you speak louder? Yeah, we can hear you, but the audio is somehow glitching. Mhm. Yeah, it's okay. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, so you chose the Dan Silica. At least verbally, you are sharing here the Dan Silica. I know that's also your one of the models that you've chosen, the Dan Silica model by Dance. Right, that's actually all, but that's good observation. It doesn't really specify all right components, but it focuses on the context, right, of the conversation or the dialogue that it goes on and on, just like the helical, right, or helix as you mentioned. So just like what I mentioned last time, for example, at this very moment, you're simply talking about, you know, again, post-election stress, and then you go to academic, right, topic, and then you go to what the neighbors are already talking about. So that's really the context of the Dan Silicon model. It's really uh, enlarging and enlarging the large very simple motion or response, and then you dig into other topics. It's simply like a multidisciplinary discussion. So you might even realize that when you listen to a teacher lecture, right, you will notice that they are attacking multidisciplinary, right? They're using this word, and then they started discussing about health, about sports, about right psychology and all these. So you might think that's not relevant, but it's still relevant as long as the teacher can go back right to the main topic or to the main discussion. That's why we use the filler, right, or the transitional device going back, right? So that's also the purpose of that. Thank you. Can we give clap reactions to all of you who turned in? I believe you are 25. There's still 11 assigned who are marked missing. So if you haven't turned in, please turn in. Or if you turn in using Google document link, right, in the private comment section, you have to click mark as done or turn in. So it will not be marked as missing. Okay, so that's our way of recalling you sharing your outputs. And yeah, we ended with speech arts, at least the overview for that. And you have recalled that speech arts is a wide reaching discipline that includes speech writing and public speaking, even improvisation, storytelling. And that's why you even have that course, or you have that subject to teach in the future, literary analysis, right? And the dynamic and effective performance of arts. Or speech arts that includes speech arts includes the study of vocal variety that we're going to focus on today, right? Body language and physicality, even eye focus, right? That means that conveys something, a characterization, emotional awareness, right? In addition to speech structure and organization of ideas. So some benefits, right? The speech arts studies help you individuals to gain the skills and techniques that will enable you to become more confident speakers, especially as English teachers in secondary schools, right? Even in intimate or in public setting. And for instance, you doing house to house campaign, that's already practice that you've been doing, right? And you give yourself an increased awareness of the power and flexibility of your natural voices, because speech arts uses the tools of literature and theater to practice good vocal and performance habits. It also helps you, right, or even your students, to become more critical and creative thinkers, more empathetic world citizens, because whenever you speak, you make sure, right, that you have the audience in mind, right? You don't just speak, right, to convey your message, but you speak to be understood, right, to be listened to. And of course, it also encourages you to explore and express your creativity, especially in using even suprasegmentals or prosody, right? Learning speech arts gives you, right, the skills and the confidence to be clear communicators in all kinds of speaking situations, even merely reciting here in our online class, from conversation, right, to interview settings, and even professional presentations when you present, right, your presentations and other courses, right? Or for instance, maybe you even had or prepared a presentation when you do or when you did house to house campaign, and even appearances. Sometimes there is a fear, right, of you doing public speaking, and the fear of public speaking has long been understood as the number one fear among individuals across society. And that kind of fear can make it difficult for even the most skilled, talented, and innovative individuals to take pride in their ideas. Speech arts studies helps you, right, to channel and control that fear, and give you the confidence that will make you stand out among academic, personal, and even professional settings. If you are a student of speech arts, for instance, you'll gain a deepening not only understanding, but awareness of the impact that you can have on the world through the expression of your ideas. And one of you, or maybe many, right, as you shared during our human health. Okay, another, right? But whom is speech arts for? So speech arts is for everybody, right? Not only for public speakers by profession, no, for children, for teens, who else? For adults of all ages. It's also for anyone who wishes to improve their skills and their confidence in communication, and not just for students who wish to become actors or performers. Can you give me another act if you'd like to be a theater actor, at least on the side while you are teaching? Who would like to become part of PETA, or at least be an advisor of the theater org, right, in your future school? Can I get hard react? No one? Or at least a campaign manager, maybe a campaign manager. Or a teacher will do, ma'am. That's fine, right? Because you know what? When I enrolled in my MA degree years ago, in my MA programs, or years ago, my teacher, one of my professors told me that, the percentage assignment of teaching versus performance teaching, right, is 30% knowledge. Do you know that? And 70% performance. I will never forget that. My professor told us that, because yes, you have the subject matter, the mastery, but it doesn't mean you can perform, right? The subject matter, it doesn't mean you can execute that immediately, right? Without you performing. So all the speech arts certainly is helpful to students interested in pursuing drama, right? Speech arts training benefits students who are pursuing any kind of careers, like what we've mentioned. The ability to effectively and confidently express your ideas is also important in all fields, right, including education, academia, business, law, medicine, science, engineering, technology, media, and the arts. So students who stay in speech arts lessons throughout, right, their school year see, a marked improvement in their confidence in and outside the classroom. I hope that after this course, or even after you've had the 500-hour English exposure, I hope that you have seen right? A remarkable improvement in your confidence, right? Maybe not too much or not drastic in your speaking skills, but at least in your confidence, right? To speak in at least in this kind of crowd. Okay, let's play by singing this song. Are you ready? Can you give me wow react if you're ready to sing the song? I'm going to teach you one song. I don't know if I've shared this with you before. And tell me if I share this with you. I don't want to be a broken record. Have I taught you the BA Bay song? No? Okay. Do you know the BA Bay song? No, also. Okay, so I will, you can use this in the future, right? Regardless of the age, actually, of your students in the future. BA song, this is a song where you can also transform it into a game. I normally use this in a group kind of game that I will assign one group to one consonant sound and they have to replace the B here to that consonant sound and sing the entire song. You get it? Can you give me a thumbs up? So, if you can recall our game when we were in high school, wow, same age range, same generation. But just in case you know, do you know the Facebook page, Facebook like to basketball shoot? Do you know the game when you throw the chant to a different group? Am I too old for this? So we had that before, the basketball shoot to baseball bat, something like that. If you didn't play the game, it's simply like this, but in this case, that's the manner, the mechanics, right, of making this into a game. But you have to sing this. I'll sing this anyway. I'm talking too much. B A B B E B. So all these, all the first right sounds that you can see in the first column, you have to spell them out. B A B E B I B O B U, right? But when you go to the next sound, it should sound as bay, B A bay, B E B, right? Like begin, right? So usually because the reason you can use this sounds or I mean this song, this game, is because you may even use this to go back to how you read English words. All right, next B I baby bye. B O bo baby bye bo. B U boo baby bye bo boo. You get that? Sorry, I'm doing nasal because I'm not a singer at the same time. I'm not. I haven't totally recovered. Again, B A bay. B E B. B I baby bye. B O bo baby bye bo. You get that? B U boo baby bye bo boo. Okay. Can someone try this with me? At least the B sound, but we're going to change the consonant and assign this to someone. You can volunteer in the chat. You may type in the chat the consonant sound that you like to make and replace the B sound. Or you may have me give you a sample first for a different consonant sound. Can we sing all together? Can everybody unmute now? Let's sing together. Okay, ready? One, two, three, go. B A B
B
E B I baby bye.
bye.
B O bo baby bye bo. B boo baby bye bo boo.
Baby bye.
Boo baby bye boo.
Okay. Yeah, I have muted you all for now. So who'd like to try? Can you type in the chat one consonant sound, another consonant sound you like to make? Any consonant letter that we can replace the B here. B A bay, B E B, B I baby bye, B O bo baby bye bo, B U boo baby bye bo boo. Okay, you get that? So for instance, we're going to change B to L. L A lay, L E lee, L I lay lie, L O lo lay lie low, L U do lay lie low loo. Like that. Okay, any brave heart, this is recitation. Mhm. How about letter M? Okay. M A May, M E me, M I May me my, M O Mo May me my mo, M U Moo May me my mo. Anyone? F A Fay, F E Fee, F I Fay Fi, F O Fo Fay Fi Fo, F U Fu Fay Fi Fo Fu. In this manner, also you can use this as a practice, right, to enunciate properly the sound because to some they have P and what P and F problem, B and V problem, right? Braveheart is ready. S A say, S E C, S I say si sai, S O so say si sai so, S U su say si sai so su. Okay, I think it's your turn now. I have given you more samples. Mhm. Let's have teacher Abby. Are you there? Are you practicing? Because I can't see. Teacher Abby, can you unmute? How about Teacher Rona? I believe Teacher Rona is so serious. you may you may unmute. What's your sound? What's your consonant sound?
Ma'am, hindi ko po makuha yung tono.
Oh, which one are you practicing?
S po.
S. Okay. Go. S A say.
SEC. SI say si sai.
Correct.
Ma. SO. So
Say
say
si sai so.
say ISU su say si sai so su.
Correct. Okay, let's give clap react to Teacher Rona. One more time, only you without my guidance.
SA say SEC. SI say si sai. SO su say si.
Oops. S
I'm
O
S. Ma'am? SO su.
S O S O so
Ah. SO. So. Ay, hindi ba so?
because when you said Sue, that's S U Sue, but you said S O. So S O so.
Also say si sai so as you so say sai. Ah, ma'am.
S U Sue say si sai so Sue.
Sai si sai so su.
Yes, great. Thank you. Wow, brave heart. Teacher Enzo, what's your consonant? You may unmute, Teacher Enzo.
S po, S.
S also. What's with S? Okay, go.
SAC, SAC,
Oops.
SIC,
S-E. That's S-E, right?
SEC.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, take 2, go.
SAC, SAC,
Oops.
SEC,
S-E-C.
ma'am, C as in letter C.
Letter C.
SEC.
No, that's the sounds, right? That's how you make the sound of the S sound, right? S-E-C, right?
SEC.
But the spelling here is S. You get that? Okay. Again, S-A-C, S-E-C. Okay, take 3, go.
1, 2, 3, 4. SAC, SEC.
Correct.
SI, SO, 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 SU, so, su.
Wow, perfect. Can we give 100? React to teacher Enzo. Easy, right? I hope you will not forget about this so you can use this in the future. But in case you forget, right, you can, send me PM. Ma'am, how do you sing this? I will send you a voice recording. Okay, another one. How about a k sound? It can be K or letter C. It's up to you. Teacher Gracia, Teacher Amor.
Hello, ma'am. So,
How about the G sound? G. The sound, not just the letter, because if we're going to use the letter, it will be G-A, gay, right? But if it's J, right? G, right? G-A-J. So which sound do you like to use? The
I
G?
wanted to use L po sana.
Okay. Too far.
Nahirapan
Okay,
po ako sa
go.
G.
It's fine.
Sige po. So, L-A lay, L-E lee, L-I lay lily,
Lily
L-O
lie.
lay lilay,
Nah, okay.
L-I lay lilay, L-O low lay lilay low, L-U lu lay lilay low lu.
Correct. Another 100. Reality teacher Amor. See, you've been practicing for a certain consonant sound, but as a teacher, if you're going to facilitate this game, right, and you will assign one group for with the consonant sound, you have to know all. Okay, another one. Teacher Mario, are you there? Teacher Mario. Mhm. Are you there, Teacher Mario? Teacher Fe? Maria Fe? Which sound do you like, Teacher Fe? Are you with us? Okay. For Teacher Mario, his mic is having a problem. Teacher Princess Micaela. Sorry, you forgot the rule. I told you if you're not in front of the keyboard, or at least, yeah, there's an emergency, you have to type AFK, right? Away from keyboard. And please follow the format of the names. You're not following. Mhm. Teacher Rain. Teacher Rain. How about the R sound? I can't do that. I have rather problem. But
Ma'am, nahihirapan ako.
how about the sound?
Ano po?
The N, the sound.
Ma'am, pwede ulitin mo?
Which one? The B? B-A, bay, B-E-B, B-I, baby, bye, B-O, bo, baby, bye, bo, B-U, boo, baby, bye, bo, boo.
Ma'am, parang hindi ma-process ng utak ko yung mga B-O-B-O. Parang bobo yung pagbasa ko.
It's fine. Thank you. Okay, Teacher Mel, you'd like to try. Wait, what
It's
consonant sound?
letter T po. Consonant
Okay.
sound
T,
T.
okay.
T-A-T, T-E-T, T-I-T, T-I, T-O-2, T-T-I,
Oops, oops. T-O-To?
I, T-O-2. Ulit po. T-A-T, T-E-T, T-I-T, T-I, T-O-2, T-T-I, To, T-U-2, T-T-I, To.
Correct. Another 100. React to Teacher Mel. See? Right? It's easy. To some, it's okay. It takes practice. I understand that. Imagine I've been sharing this for how many semesters now. Thank you. So from this game, right? What can you say about the game that can help us unravel the topic for today's sync class? Anyone? What do you think will be our discussion topic with this song? Any guess? Again, you don't need to think too deep, right? Teacher Lexi?
Ma'am, can you repeat the question po ulit?
Yeah, based on the game or the song, right, that we just sang, what do you think is our topic today?
If not through syllables, ma'am, maybe sa pag how you enunciate or pronounce words, I guess.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Okay, that's right. A right manner of pronunciation. Right, correct. Teacher Amor, you raised your hand.
Yes, ma'am. For me po, I thought about the synchronization of different vocal features.
Wow, yes. Okay, we are going to focus on speech sounds right today. Okay. So again, how about a benefit of you knowing the song? Is there a benefit? Is it also a good practice, you think, Teacher Rain? Since you haven't tried this one. But if you keep practicing, what do you think will be the benefit of this?
Ano ma'am, mastery, mastery and synchronization of your thoughts and your lips.
Yeah, right. That's hard. So, for instance, you did public or you do public speaking, right? Sometimes it's the other way around, right? That you are
Minsan,
running, you
minsan
have a
lang,
lot of thoughts in your mind, right? But your lips can't really articulate what you'd
pero
like to.
minsan nauuna yung bunganga kaysa sa utak.
That's very crucial, right? If that's the context. So thank you, Teacher Ray. So we're going to build, right, a sounds today, or we'll talk about phonetics. So phonetics is the study of making and hearing speech sounds, right? And the linguists who work on, phonetics are called phoneticians, right? Because these are phonemes, phones, right? The word phonetics is also from the ancient Greek word phone, right, which means sound or to speak, right? Individual speech sounds like k are called phones. So you have to enunciate those sounds like that or like those, right? Not B, not K, right? We're not asking for alphabet letters here, but for sounds. So the linguistic term phone is only distantly related to telephones, right? So please don't ask a phonetician to fix your cell phone. Okay, so why phonetics matter? So for engineers, right, they use a basic research in phonetics to develop natural sounding speech synthesis, reliable automatic speech recognition, just like our Siri, what else, Alexa, right, and even automated translation systems. For instance, those automated question and answer systems run into the telephone may be irritating when all you want to do is talk to a human, right? But thanks to phonetic coding, the recognition and synthesis systems work pretty well. Also, years of excuse me, of research in acoustic phonetics has contributed to the efficient language specific coding that allows thousands of uh, digital cell phone users to place calls at the same time, right? For clinical researchers, right, they need tools from phonetics to understand and treat spoken, right, language deficits that arise in childhood, during development, or later in life as a result of strokes. Last time I thought, or if I remember it right, I asked you if you like to be a speech pathologist. So that can be, right, one benefit, right? For instance, for those who have Parkinson's disease and other conditions. Another example, articulatory phonetics, is used to assess disorders in sound production known as dyspraxia. Right? Phonetic transcription of acoustic recordings helps to diagnose developmental problems in language acquisition by children. Right? If you're going to go back to our discussion last semester about language acquisition and learning, language processing disorders due to stroke and disease rely on perceptual phonetics to diagnose and locate, right, the source of a dysfunction. To psychologists as well and neuroscientists, they integrate phonetics as a major part of their investigation of human cognition and the mind. They also look at the role of memory, right, and effects of development and aging on speech processing and how words, and meanings are acquired, how meanings are stored, how they are retrieved and lost, as well as the multimodal, motor, and sensory channels of speech. Many of the same methods used in clinical research are used to explore human language processing. So, how about the teachers, right? Why does phonetics matter, especially when you start playing the game BA baseball? Teacher Princess.
Hello, ma'am. Well, for me, ma'am, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So for me, ma'am, phonetics
by doing the activity of a while ago. Um, for me, phonetics can help you improve your pronunciation on the
Mhm.
words that you often stutter.
Yeah, so you can also easily, for instance, you don't have data connection, but you have Merriam-Webster dictionary, right? And you can, click that speaker logo there, right? For it to, for the, what's it called, that speech feature of it, right? You can easily read the IPA. However, to preempt you or to give you disclaimer earlier, also, I will show you chart. Yeah, at least a table, right, without the actual border lines of the table, that they differ, right? IPA symbols differ also depending on dictionary you're actually using. Who among you, since you were kids, right, you look at the dictionary as the source of meanings? Can you give me thumbs up, heart reaction? Okay. But the main purpose of dictionary from the root word diction, right? Okay. I love the reaction. Yes. Right. From the word diction. That's why, sorry. Yeah. The main purpose of dictionary is for us, right? To learn how to enunciate or pronounce such words. That's why they need to include the IPA symbols before the meanings. Right? Okay. Okay, so figuring out how your body parts speak, right? You also need to check out the consonants here. You make vowels, right? Vowel sounds also. You may configure the frequencies of speech sounds for today's sync class. As humans, right? Basically, as humans, right, our fine-tuned machinery for speech production and perception has contributed as much to human development, right, as the appropriate thumb. So it's hands-free. Sorry, it's hands-free, which means, right, we can multitask while we talk. Is that correct? Right? You can also send and receive complex messages while cooking dinner. Right? You can, it's hands-free, which means, right, you can even do just like this pie graph here, right? Calmly sit on the couch, but really majority you are walking all over the house while talking in the phone. Right? It's hands-free. Oops, I have this one. Was there? I don't know. Okay, so phoneticians study speech sounds by looking at speech production, sound waves, and speech perception. For the speech production, the articulatory phonetics looks at how you make or how you articulate speech sounds using your mouth, your tongue, your lips, right, and your throat, of course. For the sound waves, right, acoustic phonetics looks at the acoustic structure of the sound waves that travel between a speaker and the hearer, right? For perceptual acoustics, uh, they look at what you do, right, to speech sounds when they reach your ears. So some problems that they encounter, speech sounds do not come neatly packaged, right? Because acoustic analysis of speech is tricky, right? When you speak, you produce a sound in a continuous and complex stream that contains all kinds of different frequencies and overlapping layers of information. That's why when we use a voice recognition, or you don't want to type, you're too lazy to type on Microsoft Word, so you'll use the voice or speech feature, right? Not all words that come out of your mouth, right? Believing, oh, I know I pronounce the words correctly, right, or properly, but the receiver, right, the machine or the application wasn't able to read it correctly, right? To take part and understand the stream of sound, your speech perception system needs to be a lean, mean, and extremely efficient analysis machine. Speech is fleeting, right? Do you agree? Can you give me thumbs up? Yeah, just like life, speech is fleeting also. That's why what we've had discussed, maybe because that's through speech. And to make more things or to make things more challenging for both of you and the phonetician, speech sounds last only a fraction of a second, and then pool, they're gone. You need to go to or you need to go super fast, right, to make or hear each sound and move on to the next one. Speech articulators are not visible, not all, right? You produce a speech by moving different articulators, such as your tongue and your teeth, right, in different places at the same time. Moreover, most of your speech production machinery is hidden in your mouth, right? It's inside the uvula, unless you open it wide, right? People can see your uvula there. Just as it's hard for you, right, to tell what's going on inside your mouth when you are talking. Or maybe some of you, you will reflect, ma'am, I feel like I'm eating my words when I speak, right? That's the scenario. And it's even harder for the phonetician, right, who has to find clever ways to see what's going on way back in your throat, unless there's a camera inside, right? Some techniques that phoneticians use is phonetic transcription. Right? Before there were, phonographs and tape recorders, right? Phoneticians recorded speech sounds by hand using special alphabet symbols. Transcribing speech phonetically in this way allows linguists to accurately record any language or dialect. Another technique they do or use is computer analysis. Phoneticians use algorithms to analyze uh, recordings of speech sounds. The computer analyzes the frequencies of the sound and reveals its acoustic properties, both quantitatively and graphically. Another technique is ultrasound. Ultrasound allows phoneticians to examine how speech is produced, especially in hard to reach places like down in your throat. Another technique is functional magnetic resonance imaging of, or what do you call, fMRI and EEG, right? Or electroencephalography or functional MRI and EEG recordings allow phoneticians to assess the brain function of people performing specific language tasks. So again, just like what I said, phonetics deals with the production of speech sounds by humans, often with a prior knowledge of the language being spoken. So for instance, you have the transcribed TA.BL. So even if you are not, by the way, you need to always use slashes, right, when you transcribe, or else that will not be considered a transcription. And that will not be read as that. Okay. Even if you haven't seen a table in your life, right, but you're handed that IPA symbols, right, in front of you, and you know how to read that, you can read that it's table. Okay. Phonology, on the other hand, is the study of patterns of sounds, or different patterns of sounds in different languages, or within each language, different patterns of sounds in different positions in words. That's the use of the phonemes in different units. So getting to know your speech production system. Have you had this before in your speech com or oral com? All the speech organs? Yes, okay, that's good. So let's try this little exercise. Let's first breathe out and feel the air flowing out of your lungs, okay? 1, 2, 3, breathe out. You have to feel the air flowing out of your lungs and up through your throat. Again. Okay, now say the word T. What's a T? Aling Marites. T. Okay, and feel how your tongue first stops the airflow in your mouth. T. Right, T. Okay, for the consonant, T. And then let it flow, right? Again, while you reshape your mouth for the vowel E. T, E, T, T. That's actually how I thought. That's actually you should, right, teach. And that's also how I taught like a grade schooler on how to properly read English words. Right? It's not, of course, if we're talking about English words, right? That's the right way to teach the sounds. You have to teach the sounds. Yeah, in linguistics, you have that course, as well. Sorry. Right? You have to enunciate all the sounds before the kid can read that. You don't need to spell the word out. So you have just focused and turn on the three key steps for making most of speech sounds. Right? Three key steps for making most speech sounds. You force air out of your lungs, sorry, and up through your throat. You send air between your two vocal folds in your larynx. Of course, you can see that located at the bottom of your throat. Depending on the position of your vocal folds, right, relative to each other, this airflow may cause the vocal folds to vibrate. That's why we have, sorry, a voice and voiceless sound. How do you done that? The key is to use the two fingers and place it on your throat. If there's vibration, it's voiced sound. If there's none, it's voiceless. So use your tongue, your lips, and your jaw to shape the airflow as it passes through your vocal tract. Sorry, I really needed to drink water. Excuse me. Okay, going back. So your vocal tract, as you'll notice in that exercise, it stretches from your larynx to your lips and sometimes to your nose if that's a nasal sound. Okay, phoneme is any of the abstract units of the phonetic system of a language that correspond to a set of similar speech sounds. For instance, the velar k, k, right, of the word cool, k, u. That's how you, and then the kid or your student will just combine all the sounds and they will be able to articulate the word cool, right? Or the palatal k, again, kill, right? The word kill, right? Which are perceived to be a single distinctive sound in language. So besides the brain and the knowledge of the language, what do you need to use, right? What do you need to use the spoken language? I already said this. Can you type in the chat? I already enumerated all of them earlier so many times. So what else do you need to use the spoken language aside from the brain? Yeah, you are enumerating, Teacher Rana, the mouth, the lips, the tongue, right? So they're called the speech organs, right? And we'll just have the review of the speech organ or articulators, correct, right? And their functions. So lips, right, serve for creating different sounds, meaning the labial, bilabial, the p, b, w for wh, right? Questions of w, and labiodental consonant sounds like f and v. Right? Can you make that sound? Everybody unmute. Let's make this sound, the labiodental consonant. Can I hear you? Okay, yeah. So no one will say F, okay? Let's make the sound. How about the voiced one? Okay, thank you. Yeah, you may now mute. Normally I do this and like one by one, right? Student who needs to make sound and articulate the entire, right? So that you have your upper lip. I may see. Can everybody turn on their cameras? Let me see your upper lip. Let's just make sure that we have our upper lip there. Okay, and you're even holding it, Teacher Tin. And your lower lip. Okay, we all have this. So at least, right, we passed the first stage of making the sound. Okay, next, your teeth, right? Small whitish structures found in jaws, responsible for creating sounds, mainly the labiodental. The we use that, and lingua dental, the and you know the voice th. This is the voice th. Then, right? That. Okay, so you use your teeth that touches your tongue. Okay, may you hear? Please unmute the voice TH. Mm. Okay, great. And the voiceless. The voiceless TH. Correct. Right? When you say what? Thin.
Thin.
I'm so sorry. Okay. So that's your teeth. May I see your teeth? Okay. Sorry. And your tongue. With its a variety of possible movements, it assists in forming the sounds of speech. It's really hard to speak without your tongue, right? Or short tongue, right? In my case, I don't think if it's about short tongue, I have rota problems. I can do the rolling R. I can do the I can do that. So it's not because I'm konyo or what. I really can't do that. So no judgment. Okay. So for the tongue, we have these parts, the back part of the tongue, the middle, or what we call dorsum, the front part, which is the blade or the tip of the tongue, which is the apex. Okay. Alveolar ridge, right? Alveolar ridge, the hard ridge behind the upper front teeth. You feel that when you touch it, right? It's between the roof of your mouth and the upper teeth. This is the alveolar ridge. Okay. The hard palate, a thin horizontal bony plate of the skull located in the roof of the mouth. Right? The interaction between the tongue and the hard palate is essential in the formation of certain speech sounds like d, d. Can you do that? Please unmute. Let's make this sound t, t,
T.
t, t, t. Okay, how about this sound? D, d, d.
D. D.
D, D,
And this one, G, 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 G,
G,
G, G.
G.
Okay. So do you feel it? Do you feel that your tongue actually participates or at least touches your hard palate? Yes. Okay. The velum or soft palate, it should have holes forming the a function during speech to separate the oral cavity or your mouth from the nose in order to produce the oral speech sounds. If the separation is incomplete, air escapes through the nose during speech and the speech is perceived as hypernasal. Right? Excuse me. So that's your soft palate near your uvula. So uvula, this is the uvula, functions in tandem with the back of the throat, the palate and air coming up from the lungs to create a number of guttural and other sounds. And many languages, it closes to prevent air escaping through the nose when making some sounds. The glottis, combination of vocal folds and spacing between the folds. As the vocal folds vibrate, the resulting vibration produces a buzzing quality to the speech called voice or voicing or pronunciation. Sound production involving only the glottis is called glottal. So we have glottal stops. Example is the huh, 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 huh. May function pala siya. Kala ko design lang. No. That's also one way to note the tonsillitis, right? Okay. So this is a summary, right? You have your lips here, upper, lower lip, alveolar ridge, the tip of your tongue, blade, dorsum, right? The hard palate, soft palate, velum, uvula. Of course, we can see the pharynx. We can even touch the epiglottis, vocal, and vocal folds, and the teeth. Points of articulation, right? The bilabials, it means between the lips. Okay. That's why we make the sound p and b, p, b. Sorry. Labiodentals between the lower lip and the upper lip. Sorry. Okay, your lower lip is touching your upper teeth. That's why we have and dentals, only the teeth between the tongue front, right, and your upper teeth. Excuse me. Tongue front and upper teeth. Chi, 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 chi. Alveolars between the tongue front and the alveolar ridge. We have alveopalatals between the tongue front and hard palate. We also have velars between the tongue back and the uvula. That's why we have k. And glottal, at the glottis, we have the glottal stop, the h. So manner of articulation, how the sound is produced through those points of articulation. We have stops here, the p, t, k. Make the sound p, p, p. That's also, please unmute. Okay. Yeah, make the sound p, p, p. Okay. And then t,
T.
t, t, t.
T.
Okay, so you may achieve this by closing the oral and nasal cavities and open the mouth with a soft explosion. That's why I use this one, the puff filter, to block the plosives. You even call the plosive stops. The p. You have here samples of the consonant sounds and the words that use the stops. So voiceless or a bilabial stop. So it's voiceless, so no vibration, or a bilabial, so two lips. Pat, say pat. Sorry, please unmute. I can't hear you.
Pat.
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 Okay, you have to open your mouth because that's not pat, that's pat. Okay, next, a voice oral bilabial stop. Please use your two fingers, place it on your throat. That should be voice. Okay, there should be vibration. Bat.
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 So make the sound first. B, b,
B.
t.
Bat.
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 Next is voice and nasal bilabial stop. Say mat.
Mat.
Next, a voiceless oral alveolar stop. We have taught.
Dot.
Stop. We have taught. Dot. Right on the dot. Next, not. Say not.
Not.
Okay, for the k, of course, it's not spelled as K-A-P, but C-A-P, but we pronounce it as k-a-p. So, complete the sounds. Cap. Next, g. Voice oral velar stop. G. Gap. Voice and nasal velar stop. This is ng. This symbol is ng. Ng. So we say bang.
Bang.
Bang. Okay, this is a voiceless or glottis stop. Uh-oh. When you say Okay.
Oh no.
Next, fricatives. Let the air, sorry. Then mute. Okay, fricatives, let the air pass through a restricted passageway. So for fricatives, we have, please unmute again. We have the voices oral labiodental fricative. Make the sound first. Okay. A. And t. Okay, say fat. Next, a v. Okay. Voice oral labiodental fricative. Say vat. This one, voiceless oral dental fricative. The voiceless, say, make the sound, sorry. Make the sound. So, right, sometimes you can't hear it because, again, it's voiceless. You can even feel it. Say thin. Thin. Okay, the voice, TH. We have the voice oral dental fricative. We have then. The except then, okay, is then.
Then.
That will be a different spelling and meaning. Another consonant sound for the fricatives. Make the sounds. Yeah, voiceless, oral, alveolar. Fricative, we have sap.
Tap.
Sap. Okay, next, zap.
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 And this one is a sh. Shh. Okay, so that's voiceless, oral, alveolar, palatal, fricative. Say rush.
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 Okay, when you make a transcription of this, okay, the here can simply be a schwa swan. Familiar with schwa? Yes, right?
Yeah.
The slightly pronounced syllable, right? And normally you don't anymore pronounce that because the consonant sound before it already created the sound. So if you make the r and rush, right? Rush.
Rush.
Okay, a voice oral alveolar palatal fricative, rouge. Rouge.
Rouge.
Right? The color of the lipstick, rouge.
Ay, siya.
Okay, voiceless glottal fricative, huh? Hat.
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 Please. Next, okay, affricates. Combine the movements involved in stops and fricatives. So we have ch, say chump. Chump. Okay. Next, j.
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 Okay, this is the sound of the letter J. Okay, the J. Okay, voice oral alveolar palatal affricate. Jump. Say jump.
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 Say joker. Joker.
Joker.
Okay. Do you remember the IPA symbol for the sound y, yay, like that? Yale. Yes, teacher Rona, you said it. The IPA symbol for that is slash and then J, right? You said that? Yeah. But we pronounce it as Y. This one is the J. Nasals. Let the air passes through the nasal cavity instead of the mouth. So when you use your and right, the air passes through your nose unless barado, right? Semi-vowels or the approximants smoothly glide the tongue and your lips. So like woo, 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 and yeah. So the approximants or semi-vowels, we have Yale. It's like what I told you, this is the IP symbol for that. Yale, whale, wailing because of the results. Whale. As you can see, there is glottal there. Whale, right? And we have leer, right? Voice or retroflex. Sorry, this is retroflex, not retroflex. That's retroflex. Sorry. That's one manner for only one sound, which is r or r. I can't do it. Who can do rolling R? Rear. Can I hear it? Please unmute if you can do rolling R. Oh wow, that was wow. That's crisp. My goodness, I envy you. It's so crisp. Okay, stop. What's that? Stop making me jealous. Okay, mute now. I can do that. They say I have, but sometimes I practice. At least I am I doing it. I have practiced that for years, so and I think I can say it. Do we have, for example, rain? I'm doing it, but it makes my throat itchy, and I have cough also. I can't now. Okay, so normally that's how they tease me, but my excuse will always be I have rota problem. So meaning you can do the rolling R. Okay. Retroflex, I already said that. Bend back the tongue, then slightly rolling it to produce sound. So that's the R sound. Lateral, lightly press the tongue tip against the back of the upper front teeth, and let the air pass through the sides of the tongue and out of the mouth. So that's the L sound, lateral. This is the summary for the manner of articulation. And then you have the points of articulation here. So P, T, K, H, B, D, D, D. You don't say D, okay? D, G, D. And then we have ch, j, m, u, I, I can't do that. Okay, we also have this the position of your tongue, the height of your jaw is so important. That's why you say that you're like eating your words because you are not following the height of the jaw and the condition of your muscle, right? So if it's high and tight, relax, right? You say okay, beat. This is the long E, right? Because the E, that's how you pronounce that. But it's the symbol is the small or the lowercase I, but it's beat and then bit. Beat, bit. So as you can see, high, the height of your jaw is high. It's still close to being closed, and it's tight for beat, right? And for bit, it's relaxed because it's short E. Right? And then we have boot and book. Boot and book. Middle, slightly, you have to show that's the height of your jaw. You open it, you open your mouth, and you say bait, bait,
Bay.
right? Bait. Right? Then butt, that's a right? That's butt. Back part, boat, boat. Okay, and then you have the relax bet. I bet on it. Next is the schwa, bird. Bird. Why is this schwa? Because you already have the b, r, d. If you will combine those sounds, bird. Right? You don't say beard. You don't say that. Right? It's bird. B, r, d. Bird. Right? It's schwa. Slightly pronounced, meaning you don't need to pronounce that. Next is oh. Oh. You say bought. I bought it. Yeah, you don't say I bought it. You say I bought. Oh, I bought it. Okay, next low. You really have to have a low height of your jaw. For the tight, it's ah. You really have to open it. Say ah, ah. Okay, say bat. There are bats here. Bat. Okay, for relax, as in bob. Right, bob. Because you already have ah, so if it's relaxed, bob. Bob. So you will also see here the shape, the lip shape, if it's unrounded or rounded. Okay, so this is the IPA or the International Phonetic Alphabet revised to 2020. Excuse me. Take a look at this. So this is a summary. By the way, different dictionaries will give you different IP symbols. So you have to be familiar with what. Okay. But take a look at this. The suprasegmentals or the prosody. Let's look at the long. They even call it colon, but the appearance is it's like the elevator symbol when you need to click up and down. It's like shaded, inverted pyramid or triangle, inverted shaded triangle, and the lower part is a shaded triangle. But they normally call that for long. So if you need to make a long E, you need to add that symbol. They call it column, but it's triangle. They are triangles. Okay, is that clear? I am highlighting that because you will use that to our activity later. That will serve as your quiz too. Okay, ready? This is the table without border lines that I told you about earlier. Sorry. So Cambridge, Oxford, Merriam, with different, yeah, different sources of dictionaries, different sample words, and different IP symbols, as you notice, but they sound the same. Normally, we're familiar with this one, Cambridge and Oxford, right? And this is long O, right? Just like order, ball, raw, all, horse, saw, no, caught, launch, right? This one, long E, equal, right? Seat, be, mighty, ill, happy, medium, sheep, beat, even, easy, short, E, if, big, mirror, furniture, in, ship, bit, tip, banish. For Tagalog, we have ikot, din, nita. This one is okay. In other dictionaries, it's the reverse. This one, this kind of e, it's like the cursive e, right? Edge, set, marry, egg, head, bet, bed, peck. For Tagalog, we have ewan, meron, teka. This is a, at, bat, at, hat, mat, map, mad, gag, snap, patch. Is a right? The sound up, lump, some, cup, humdrum, but. For Tagalog, we have ba, sa, apat, apat. Okay, we have long, uh, 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 part, part, cam, father, farm, bother, cut, cart, rough, lock. Excuse me. This one for, as you notice, it already uses the schwa and the ru. We have the turn, urge, burn, our, right? Mother, that's mother, and burn. In terms of your name transcription, right, it depends on how you'd like to pronounce it, of course, right? It's not kung anong baybay, kung anong sulat siyang baybay, right? So it depends on how sang you'd like your name to be pronounced. Okay, sorry. Are you ready? This will be our activity. So please go to your G classroom, refresh it because I need to for a while. I will post it now because it's on schedule. The activity two, you have to use that as answer sheet. Okay, and I'm going to show you the screen. For those on YouTube, are you still there? Right, please go to our. Okay, there is a sharing here from teacher Grant Prex. In learning phonetics, we're able to recognize sounds and helps us familiarize ourselves with it and have sounds recognition or sound recognition. Okay, for those who are on YouTube, please go to, I will post it now. So May 16, 19. Okay, I will post it now. Okay, I made a copy for each student. So you will see there in your classwork activity two, a file with your name. So do not select the file under instructions. Click the file with your name. Have you refreshed? Can you see it now? Activity 2 Google Doc link. Can you see it now? Try to refresh. Okay, let's start. We have from YouTube. Okay, please follow. There's a 20-second delay there. But of course, you will still see the screen. Ready? Have you opened it with your name? The one with your name? Okay. Let's start with number one. This is number one. Try to read and then, right, the instruction, read the IP symbols and write the transcribed words using the English alphabet. That means if I'll show you this one with slash, so you just have to write this in a normal English word, meaning without slashes anymore. Get that? Okay. This is number one. You may write your answer now. You may practice by reading it first. Question, you are all frowning. I don't want to see wrinkles on your forehead, teachers. So please ask me for clarification. Ah, you're reading it.
Ma'am,
Okay. Yes.
we
Who's
will
that?
transcribe.
Sorry?
We will transcribe.
Yes, you will transcribe using the English alphabet. So just
Just like
write the
that
English
po.
word as you read this. Okay, can you give me a thumbs up if that's clear? Okay, great. Tell me if we can proceed to number two. Answer on your Google Doc, okay? Not the one under uh, activity two. Make sure that's the one with your name because that's your answer sheet. Okay, next, number two. Okay. Again, I can't send the Google Doc link to our Messenger GC because you need to really access it through your G Classroom account. Give me thumbs up if you're done. Let's go to number three. Okay. Number three. Again, the disclaimer, the next columns that you will see should also look like this. Okay, they're the same. I mean, the meaning. Okay, give me thumbs up for next number. Can we proceed now? Okay, next number. By the way, I have open close parentheses of the root because you can, I need to explain this now, but yeah, it means British English without this, right? It's American English with the root, okay? But that's an addition. Are you through? Can you give me a thumbs up? Have you in the English word? Okay, next. This one. You're smiling, teacher Tin. That's good. Is that a positive thing? Okay, next word, next item. Give me thumbs up. Okay. Next. Again, this column should look like, right, the suprasegmental symbol there for long. Already said the clue.
Ma'am, Six
Yes,
item na yan,
Teacher
ma'am.
Rain.
Six, six item.
Number 6.
Opo.
Yes, this is number 6. I only give you 25, but I can actually give you more based on the keyboard I used here, but it's fine.
Ma'am,
Yes.
bakit pala may apostrophe yung D kanina?
That's with that's also suprasegmental for the stress, the primary and secondary. But the period can help you for the stop. Next word. Next item. Of course, we will not accept a misspelled word, okay? Because we're talking about English words here. Next item. Give me thumbs up. Thumbs up, please. If we can proceed, okay. Next. Again, it's your option to pronounce it in British or American. Can someone from our YouTube live type there if you are also answering? Because you're already considered present. Because for the absentees, they will not be given the same items because this is quiz, a live quiz. Can someone type? I hear from Brand, Jarek, Emerlyn, John Vic, and Joy, Shannon also. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Teacher John Vic. Okay, next. Hi. This is repeater, right? Okay, bonus. So if you got this, not really bonus, but if you got the other one correctly, then this is your 1 point. Is that correct? If you didn't get the previous one if you're incorrect with the previous one, this is also not a bonus. This is will not count. So it's not bonus. I don't know how you're going to define that. Okay, yes po, yes ma'am, we're answering. Okay, thank you. Yeah, keep on answering. So your 1 point here will highly rely on the previous. Next.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Excuse me po. Is it for number 9 daw po ba?
Yes,
Yung
that's
kanina
number
po.
9. Mhm.
Number 10 na po tayo ngayon po. Ano?
Yes, this one
Thank
is
you
number
po.
10. So there are two variants here, again, depending on what dictionary you're using. But it's the same word. That's why with or, two variants. Okay, next. This one is easy, right? Next, number 12. Okay, next. I think I used it earlier, right? So it should serve as bonus. I use it in our discussion presentation. Next, this is number 14. Next, okay, next.
Ma'am, number 16 na po yan, di ba po?
Yes, this is number 16. Okay, next, 17. Okay, 18. Nineteen. Twenty. Next, 21. Next, 22. Next, 23. 24. Last 25.
Ma'am, pwede pong magpaulit po mula 1. May na-anuhan lang po eh, na doble po.
Okay, that's
Kahit
teacher
dali lang po.
Grant. Only number 1? Or a run through? A run through?
Run through po sana
Okay.
kasi po eh, may na doble po ako. Di ko alam kung saang number po siya.
Okay. Let's
Thank you
go
po.
back. Wait for a while. Oops. Okay, this is 1.
Ay ma'am, sorry po. Kahit ano na lang po.
2.
Sa 10 na lang po.
Okay. This one is 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21.
Okay na.
Okay. So with all honesty, check your own work before you turn in. We will check. Ready? Can you give me heart react? For those also from YouTube. By the way, please take note, teacher Amor, okay? Because we will not give the same items to the absentees or excuse if they're excused. Okay, were you able to get those from YouTube, teacher Amor?
Yes, ma'am. I already made attendance po. Thank you po.
Okay. Okay, check your own work. And you will also write your scores there before you turn in. Ready? Are you through? Okay, one more time. What react, please? If we can check now. Okay, we have our react from YouTube. Okay, number 1. Can someone read this and spell out the English word? By the way, please smile because earlier you were all frowning. So we're all thinking hard. Please bring back the smiles on your faces. Remove the wrinkles on your forehead. Okay, great. Teacher Christine, would you like to start? Please read.
Ano po, nanghula po ako. Ano po, paint po yung nilagay ko.
Ah, you're right, paint. Okay, so this, how do we make the sound? P, p, p. This is, right, the diphthong here, I, that's I. P, I, n, t, s. Pints. Pints. The spelling is P-I-N-T-S. Pints. Okay, as you check your work, if it's not correct, please write on, it's on the other side, the correct answer. Pints. P-I-N-T-S. It's a unit of liquid or dry capacity equal to 1/2 of a quart. Pints in a gallon. Pints. Okay, next. This one. Can someone read? Read this first and then spell it out. I'm receiving heart reacts from YouTube. Maybe you got it correctly. Yes, teacher Enzo, go.
Beast po.
Please. Okay.
B-E-A-S-T. Beast. Ano po ba si spell, ma'am? Yung IPA po?
No, of course not. The English
The
word.
exact word
So how
po.
you read this is based?
Beast po.
Ah,
Beast.
beast. Okay. So another try. Sorry, Teacher Enza. Thank you for trying. Yes, Teacher Mel.
Is it based?
Okay, please spell it out.
BASED po.
Correct. Based. BASED. B A. This is A. That comes together. Based. Okay. Next. This one.
Ma'am,
I would like to try. Teacher Rain, you like to try?
ma'am, can you type? Parang hindi ko nakuha yung
Ay, sorry. I will type it in the chat. That's number.
yung sa one.
The base. Number 1. Yeah, that's correct. Teacher Rain. Pints. Number 2 is based, right? Am I right? Based. Is this number 3? This is number 3. Anyone who'd like to try to read this and then spell out your answer? Teacher Carl?
I answered check po.
What?
Check po.
Check. How is that check? Thank you, Teacher Carl. Teacher Rain? Took? Thank you. Another try. Teacher, who's that raising hand? Teacher Princess?
Ma'am, take.
Take. Thank you. How about Teacher Christian? Teacher Christian is here. Give me a mute. Teacher Christian.
Ma'am, took po.
Took. Remember this? Right? That's not ooh, that's not oh. That's not, what do you say? That's And then long. I understand why this is hard because there's actually one letter used in this English word that is really not pronounced. That's why it's not here. Teacher Amor.
Ma'am, is it talk?
Correct. Talk.
Yeah.
TALK. Talk. Wow. You're right. Huh? That is talk. Correct. Next, we have this one. What is this? Like to read, Teacher Mel, go.
Is it desert? Desert, I mean. Desert.
Correct. Yeah, desert. So if it's British, yes, go.
Kasama po ba to sa recitation or hindi po?
You answering? Okay, we can add. Yeah, if it's correct. If it's not, okay, let's add. I told you there no wrong answers, only most appropriate ones. As long as you try. Trying is already a big step, okay? So please include yours. Desert, right? If you are British, you don't pronounce this, so desert, right? If you're American, desert. Right? So DESERT, not the dessert, okay? Not the food, not the sweets.
Ma'am, is it single S lang po?
Yes.
Okay, thank you po.
Let me type. Okay, next. This one. Yes, Teacher Enzo.
Cat po.
Again, may I see the height of your jaw?
Cat.
Correct. Cat. Okay, CAT. Correct. Next. This one. Long again. Long. Other hands, Teacher Alexandra.
Greet po, ma'am. Double E po.
Okay, by the way, when we spell we don't say double. The only letter that is double is W. Okay, so you have to, again, please read this.
Greet.
Greet. Okay, because when you say grit, it's GRIT. So, but this is GREET. Okay, correct. Greet. Okay, greet. Long E, greet. Are you following from YouTube? Let me see the comments. Yeah, you're right. Okay, they're correct also. They have correct answers there. Okay, next. This one. Would like to read. Share more?
Um, um, I'll try, ma'am. But
Mm.
is it chance?
Correct. Chance. Please spell it out.
CHANCE.
Correct. Chance. Chance. Okay, next. Teacher Grand Prix, raise your hand. Teacher Grand Prix. Are you still there? Oh, where are you now?
Ayan, hindi ko na lang.
Where are you? Okay. What's your answer here? Number 8. Read and spell it out.
Jerk, ma'am. Not
Correct.
sure po.
Correct. Please spell it out.
JERK.
Correct. Okay. If you are British, jerk. You're such a jerk. Okay, but this is a jerk. Next, we have this is if you got chance correctly. So this is also 1 point for you. If not, it's also not a bonus. Hey, you're right, Teacher Angela. It's jerk. Next, we have would like to try Teacher Rona. You're here, Rona May.
Fair, ma'am.
Fair. Are you sure? Thank you. Another try, Teacher Rain.
Fear.
Fear. Thank you. Another one. Teacher Abby, are you there? Wow, Teacher Angela already got it from YouTube. Fire. Fire. Teacher Angela got it. Fire. Sorry. This is the sound, and then this is I, right? As they go together, I. This is schwa sound. And if this is British, there's fire, just that. But if it's American, fire. Fire. Okay, Fire. Correct, Teacher Angela, Teacher John Vic. Fire. I. Okay, next. Oh, this is easy. For today's video, okay? Spelling, no W at the end, okay? VIDEO. For today's video. Incorrect spelling is wrong, okay? Yes, Teacher Amor, for the next one, you raise your hand.
Is it think, ma'am?
Correct. Think. Right? Think. Think. Right? THINK. THINK. Okay. Next, Teacher Alexandra, you raise your hand for the next one.
Then, ma'am.
Again, may I hear it?
Then po.
Correct.
Then.
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 Okay, THEN, correct. Then. Okay, next we have Teacher Richie for this one, for number 14. Teacher Richie? Teacher Chi? Pardon? Huh? Sees? What's your spelling?
SEI.
Okay, thank you. Another try. Teacher Mel, raise your hand.
Ma'am, is it says po? Says.
You have to read this properly. Again, Teacher Mel?
Says po. Says.
Says. Spell it out.
SAYS.
Correct. Says. She says. She says. Who says? Says. right? S-A-Y. Next, we have number 15. Oh, you know this. Teacher Alexandra, your turn.
Zipper po.
Okay, zipper. You don't say per because this schwa. You just make the sound p and the r, per, zipper, right? If it's British, zipper, right? You stop here, zipper. Okay, you get that? You already know the spelling, Z-I-P-P-E-R. Next, this one. Teacher Christian, raise your hand.
Is it fake po, ma'am?
Okay, thank you. Another try. Teacher Abby, you raised your hand.
Ma'am, ano po ba yan? Shake po.
Correct. Spell it out.
S-H-A-K-E.
Correct. This is shake. S-H-A-K. Correct. Okay, next one, number 17. Please read this, read. Don't just read your answer, but read. Yeah, Teacher Lexi.
Mom, is it pleasure?
Correct. Pleasure. Right? Pleasure. If it's British, pleasure. Okay, spell it out, Teacher Lexi.
P-L-E-A-S-U-R-E.
Correct. Pleasure. It's my pleasure to meet you. Okay, next. Teacher Princess, raise your hand.
Is it merge?
Okay, spell it out.
M-E-R-G-E. Merge.
Correct. Merge. Okay, this one. Teacher Chi, you raise your hand.
There.
Pardon?
Mary.
Okay, what's your spelling there?
M-A-R-R-Y.
But how do you read this?
Mary.
Are you sure? How do you read this symbol?
S.
Are you sure? This is A, right? You remember the cat?
Mary.
So this is marry. I want to marry. I want to marry you. So that's really marry. Will you marry me? M-A-R-R-Y, correct. Oh, really? Yes, that's I want to marry you. Okay, not marry, it's not a name, of course. It's a common noun. Marry. M-A-R-R-Y. Right? Shall you marry him? Okay, next, this one, number 20. Oh, I'm saying this earlier, right? During discussion. Teacher Rain.
Nasal.
Please read the IPA.
Nasal.
Correct. Nasal. Spell?
N-A-S-A-L.
Correct. Nasal. Okay, next, number 21. There are many schwa here. A and then schwa sound. Teacher Mel, you read?
Mom, is it adequate?
Correct. Adequate. All right, so spell it out.
A-D-E-Q-U-A-T-E.
Correct. Adequate. Adequate. Okay, next, 22. Teacher Enzo.
Is it muscles?
Correct. Muscles. Right? M-U-S-C-L-E-S. Okay, that's right.
Mom? Mali, ma'am.
Ay, sorry, yeah.
Iba rin yung
You are
muscles.
saying muscles. Yeah, M-U-S-S-E-L-S, right?
Yes po.
Okay. Muscles. Yeah.
As in tahong po.
Yeah, that's the correct answer. Sorry. Let me use, yeah, asterisk. Correct myself. By the way, for every, what? Yeah, muscles.
Pag muscle po ba, ma'am, na ano, yung sa...
The muscles.
Di pa na siya pareho.
What's your spelling? The muscles, the biceps, like that?
Yes, ma'am.
It's a
Mom, please consider.
Oo naman.
Wait, let me check.
Dami na namin mali, ma'am.
At least you're honest, right? No, because it's it because for muscle that's schwa sound. This one is ma right.
Okay, ma'am.
So yeah, thank you. Okay, so it's muscles. Ma Okay, next we have your answer. Teacher Angela, no, it's the answer of Teacher Mary Joy. Teacher Grand,
Boxed, ma'am.
spell it out.
BOXED.
Correct. Boxed. BOXE. Boxed. Okay, next. This one, if you're on a diet, what do you prepare? Yes, Teacher Rain. Number 24.
Quaker.
Quaker, correct. Quaker. Right? Quaker. 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 Not missiles, Teacher Jarek. How do you do that on YouTube? When your message says retracted, can you delete? Yeah, you can delete, right? If it's live, you can still delete your comment, right? Okay, last number. Teacher Enzo, you raise your hand.
Hotel po. Hotel.
Please to read this. Hotel, correct.
Hotel.
You know the song Hotel California? This is the song. So HOTEL, hotel. All right, the hotel has 5 variants. We have this one, hotel. This one, and then hotel. We also have the one with the schwa here, hotel. Right? We also have hotel without the h sound. We have the hotel, hotel, and toe. I don't know which country they use that, but there are variants. You will also notice that depending on the word class or parts of speech, right? It depends. For example, you will say record. Have you seen the record? If you'll use it as a verb, you will say, "Can you record this? Can you record this one?" Okay, I'm sorry. That's a bonus. Okay, how many got 25? Of course, I'm still positive here. Is there someone who got 25 here? YouTube Live. 24. 23. Please write your scores there. Okay, I have your bonus. Would like to read this for 10 recitation sticks. Wow, 10. Okay, 10 recitation sticks. You have to read this. Every incorrect reading will just omit 1 point. Okay, Tremel, go.
I will try. Wish only good for those who treat you badly when they're
Again, can you, yeah, please emphasize also how you read this. Not
wish
the normal way.
wish only good for those who treat you badly.
This one is those, right?
Yes, ma'am, those who treat you badly. When there I
Okay, 9 points left.
there's ma'am.
Do I need to say it or do I need to give chance also to others?
When
Okay.
ano ulit yung triangle?
You may skip, by the way, because yeah,
okay, ma'am. Ma'am, skip ko po yan. Are happy. You should be happy with them.
disclaimer,
And
had every the reason I omitted for now, just for now, because I mentioned earlier, every transcription needs to have slashes. Okay, I omitted that for now for you to see it clearly. Okay, but they
okay, ma'am.
should have slashes. Okay, where are you now? Here.
And ma'am, and with them,
Uh, is
and
this
when
end?
they
Is this end?
and
How do you
and
read this? Huh?
and
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 okay.
and when they
Oops, 8 points.
are sad,
Correct.
you should be sad too.
Correct.
If together, let's live
Correct.
together and
Live together.
live together in peace with
Mm-hmm.
each
Correct.
other po pala yun. Other, don't be proud,
Correct.
but be within, but
Oops,
with,
7 points.
but be,
7 points. You may skip now. You may skip.
skip ko na po yan. To be friends with people who are not important to others. Don't think
This
of
one.
herself.
Are you sure?
Don't think, skip ma'am, herself.
Okay. Herself. 6 points.
As smarter. Ja, ay, cha, Chanevry,
5 points left.
everyone else. If someone does true wrong,
4 points.
don't try to pay them back by hurting them. Try to do what everyone thinks is right. Do the best you can to live in peace with everyone.
Okay, let's give clap react for Teacher Mel.
That's so hard,
Okay,
ma'am.
yeah. 4 points for you. I'm sorry, I just realized, yeah, it will be unfair if I will give chance, right, to the others because the rest have been also corrected. So allow me to reread this for you. Wish only good for those who treat you badly. When others, that's right, when others are happy, you should be happy with them. And when others are sad, you should be sad too. Live together in peace with each other. Don't be proud, but be willing to be friends with people who are not, sorry, important to others. Don't think of yourself as smarter than everyone else. If someone does you wrong, don't try to pay them back by hurting them. Try to do what everyone else thinks is right. Do the best you can to live in peace with everyone. Okay, thank you and congrats, Teacher Mel. There are points shared here from our YouTube live. 11 points. I must review the IPA again. 16, 19, 20. Wow, that's high. Thank you and congrats. Can you give clap reacts to yourselves? This is a good practice, right? Recall also. Okay, for 5 points, I'd like to try 5 recitation sticks. Teacher Rain, go. You may unmute. Teacher Rain, you raised your hand.
Okay,
Ready?
ma'am.
Okay.
I'll try.
Let me guide you. Okay, we start here.
If you are financially rich.
Oops, it's a schwa sound.
Finance.
Go, yeah. You're doing it right.
Financially rich,
Correct.
but spiritually bankrupt.
Oops, schwa sound.
Bankrupt.
Okay.
All the
Correct.
money.
Okay. All the money.
In the world.
Correct. Schwa.
Won't provide.
Okay, 4 points. Continue.
You with true peace or
You may skip.
joyful life.
Oh, correct.
Because you will live your
You may
life,
skip.
your
Oops.
whole life,
Okay.
your whole life. Chasing
Okay.
something that will be left to someone else when you vent
Here, you start here.
when you you eventually die.
Correct. Okay, you got 4 points. If you are financially rich but spiritually bankrupt, all the money in the world won't provide you with true peace or a joyful life because you will live your whole life chasing something that will be left to someone else when you eventually die. Okay, last one. We still have 3 minutes left. You have your next class, sorry. I will stop here. You have your next class, Teacher Moore. No?
Yan, ma'am. Evening
Okay.
po.
Okay. Okay, Teacher Gwyneth is answering from our YouTube live. 5 points, Teacher Enzo. You may try.
It is better to give a little something when you have nothing than to give a little something when you have everything.
Okay, right. If you know the context, it's easier, right? The context clues actually guide you. 5 points for Teacher Enzo. So I have a video for the super segmental discussion. Since it's time, you may simply watch that. Right. And next meeting, I will ask you just 3 self-assessment questions for regarding the video. Okay. For now, let me stop sharing and let's have our post screenshot. Okay. But before that, just one takeaway, just one fast takeaway from any of you. Teacher Christian, you raised your hand earlier. One takeaway from today's discussion. Are you there? How about Teacher Rayleigh? Teacher Rayleigh. Are they still Teacher Mario? Any quick takeaway
Hello, ma'am.
that you can leave us?
Am I audible po?
Yes, we can hear you.
Lumayan na po. Ano, ma'am? For my takeaway today, I learned that phonetics, studying phonetics is important for us teachers, for us to be able to teach the language effectively. Kasi po, when we know the proper pronunciation of words, we can help students to produce the words or the right sounds or words po in pronouncing the let's say for example in reading or speaking po, in the English language. That will be all po. Thank you.
Correct. Okay. Thank you. That's right, especially when you teach reading, right? I don't know if you will really be directed to secondary learners, but if not, I mean, of course, even if they're secondary, whether we are already adults, right? No one is getting the perfect pronunciation of the words. Especially, we have varieties of English, we have different dictionaries, right, to consider. Teacher Enzo asked, yes, please turn in your task, your activity 2 now with the scores. Okay, please note the scores over the score over 25. Okay. Again, please use phonetics when you teach reading. Okay? And do not simply rely on your, elementary memory of the pronunciation of the word. Okay, you need to look at the dictionary to make sure. And to help you with that, you may also click, the audio feature, right? The voice feature. Yes, Teacher Mel, you'd like to add?
Ano po ulit yung task po namin kanina sa may about sa video na pinakita niyo po?
No, just read that. I mean, watch the video, study it. It's a 4-minute video. And just next in class, I would just ask you verbally, right? Or live, some just 3 self-assessments. It's already in the discussion slides, uploaded also in the G class work under speech arts part 2. Thank you, Teacher Mel, for that clarification. Okay, let's smile, teachers. Ngiting nag-move forward na, okay? Ngiting medyo light na yung heart natin. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. Okay, that will wait, Teacher Fair. 1, 2, 3. Lenny Parin. Okay, God bless you all, teachers. Yeah, stay safe. Speak the truth in love.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Seconds, I'll end the meeting. 3, 2.